Blue Lake family, this is Miss Becky back. I'm here to show you some more things to do with the produce. You know, we're all getting these boxes and they have carrots and squashes and different things like that, and maybe you're not used to making them. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm making the butternut squash. Lower this down here so you can see it, and the acorn squash that we got today. So what I'm going to do with them, I got them on a cookie sheet, and I've got it lined with aluminum because they do leak a little bit, so it keeps me from washing it. I got my oven set on 400 degrees, so it takes 2 tablespoons for each one, for the 2 halves. So I got my butter melted. I'm just going to take it, I'm going to rub it on this is the butternut squash, and it's the same recipe for the acorn and the butternut, so that makes it a little bit easier. You can do both of them. So rubbing my butter all on it. Butter all on that one, a little bit more in the little bow of it. Then I'm going to rub down the butternut squash. Same thing, taking the butter and just rubbing it all over it, get it coated real good on the inside. Before I started this, I washed the squash and I cut it in half and I took out all the seeds. I just scraped them right out. Alrighty. I got a little extra butter. I'm just going to leave it in the middle and let it pull in there. And then I took 1 tablespoon of brown sugar and a 1/4 of a tablespoon of cinnamon for each one of them. So I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to sprinkle it on here, give it some really good seasoning. Take it and rub it all on that squash. These are from before. Squash lasts a really long time. The same as pumpkins and stuff. So if you still have the squash from earlier when we gave them out, they're good. They'll last for several months. I still have pumpkins from Thanksgiving that I'm still cooking and using. So if you kind of keep them in a cool, dry spot, they'll last. So I just getting all this on everything. Alrighty, I got that coated good. And the other thing, when I cleaned out the squash and the butternut and the acorn, I had seeds left over. So I put them in a colander and I rinsed them real good, and I'm going to put them in this pan like that. Just spread them around. And I'm going to take some salt and just salt them real good, kind of like you would popcorn or whatever. So, okay, so I have my acorn squash and I have my butternut squash. I'm going to take these gloves off because they're all gross. Alrighty, so I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to put these in the oven. I already have some that I had already put in the oven. I'll pull those out. Slide these back in, and these are going to cook. I did the butternut for 45 minutes at 400, and I did the the butternut I did for an hour at 400 degrees, and I did the butternut for 45 minutes at 400 degrees. So it was a little bit, it didn't take as much on them. And then I just threw the seeds in there and I did them for 30 minutes. So here is what I have. These just come out of the oven. These are the seeds, and oh my gosh, they are so delicious. I'm probably going to eat them all in one setting. You can sit there, and it's a great little snack, and it's good for you. Just a little bit of salt, toast them up, and they're good. And then here is the squash. This is the butternut, so I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to kind of take my fork and move it around, mix up that cinnamon and sugar into it. And the same thing with the butternut. I'm just going to kind of mix it up. It is so hot, I got to blow on it. Oh my gosh. That's the acorn one. It is delicious. It kind of reminds me of the baked potato, or the sweet potatoes. And so this is the butternut one. You could even scoop this out and kind of make a little casserole out of it too. Oh my gosh, it's super hot. Oh. Mmm. That is so good. It kind of reminds me of like a fall dish, but it is so good. You could even scoop it out of the shell and put it back in the oven and add a couple marshmallows on top and make a little bit of a casserole out of it, but it is super delicious. The butternut one reminds me more of sweet potato. The acorn, not so much, but it is delicious. For sure, that is what I'm having as a side dish for my dinner. And I'm having pork chops, and I think this will blend perfect with pork chops. So I'm just so glad you came to see us. Come back every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to 1 and get your meals from Blue Lick Elementary, and we're going to take care of you, and we're going to give you those fresh vegetables and those lunches, and we hope you enjoy them. Thank you so much. If you want to see more videos on cooking, I do have a YouTube channel, and it's called Becky's Kitchen No. N-O-E. That's my last name. So it's Becky's Kitchen No. So just go on there, subscribe, and like my page, and we'll have other things that I'm cooking. Have a blessed night, and we'll see you Tuesday. Thank you.